What's up, crew? It's your boy Shaq back with another Storytime video. This one we're gonna start it off when I was in middle school when I moved to this town, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. And it was a small little white town. If you guys never heard of it, Wisconsin, anyways, in Wisconsin is a white state, other than Milwaukee and like Racine. But anyways, so when I was seventh grade, I moved to Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. I was 12 years old, and like it was a small white town. It was probably like another two black families in the town. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of crazy, a lot different than what I was used to in Georgia, where there was mixed of every race, and I had so many different types of friends from all over the world. But anyways, so this one is when I got in trouble. In middle school, you move to a new town. You're 12 years old, 13. You want to meet new people. You want to have friends. I have brothers and sisters, but you want to meet new people. So it's probably like my first. It was probably my first or second month, if I remember correctly, into the school, and I had a couple of friends who I thought were my friends. Apparently, you know what I mean. Friends in middle school at least. They're not always the nicest friends, not always the best peer group. But anyways, so I was chilling in English. I remember this, and these two kids I wanted to be friends with. I said I was sitting by them, and at that time I was a goofball. I would do stupid shit to have friends or do stupid shit to make people laugh all the time. And I didn't think, I really didn't think too much of it. It was like, oh, if they laugh and they like me, they'll be my friends or whatever. It's a lot of people think like that, but it's not good, kids. Do what you want to do. You don't gotta pull your dick out in class or anything like that to have friends. Not saying that's what I did, but anyways. So I'm sitting next to them. Let's call them Quack and Stone. I was sitting next to Quack and Stone, and Quack was like, "Bro," like Quack and Stone was laughing next to me, and they're like, "Bro, Shaq," like tap my shoulder, like, "You see that girl over there?" And I was like, "This girl to my lap." Oh my god! And I'm pretty sure she was like a couple seats down. It was like in English, and we're reading, so we can like walk around, grab books. You know what I mean? We can do whatever. We're just quiet. Just have to be quiet. And the whole class was quiet. Teacher was on her desk reading a book too. So like, go call that girl over there. Tiffany was her name, or some shit like that. Go call her a sligger. I don't know if you guys ever heard of sligger, but it's not a term that I have heard of at that point in my life. My friends at that time, you guys heard of Urban Dictionary, and that time, this was like 2008 or 7, and that was pretty big back then. So you learn a lot of words and crazy definitions in Urban Dictionary, like a lot of sick, nasty shit. So they're just like, call her a sligger, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, just call her a sligger. It'd be hilarious. Just go ahead, go call her a sligger. So my dumb ass like, okay, whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna go do this. I'm funny. I'm brave. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make these guys laugh. It's because I'm gonna go over there, call her sligger, and she's gonna look at me and laugh, and I'm just gonna walk back, sit down, and we're gonna have a little laugh. That's in my head. It's how I planned and thought it was gonna happen. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way I planned it. So I get up, I'm like, walk over there. I'm like, yo, Tiffany. I was like, those guys. And I got nervous as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. I snitched on them. I was like, those guys over there want me to call you Slinger. And I shit you not, guys. She just like on the top of her lungs, like top of her voice, just like, what did you call me? And I'm like, and like the teacher, like I look over, everybody in the class is looking at us, and like she's sitting down, I'm standing up, like bending over in her ear. Let me remind you this. So the teacher was like, Shaq, what did you just say? What did you just call her? And Brittany's like, or no, her name Tiffany was like, he just called me a sligger. And literally the whole class started laughing. I look over at Quack and Stone, and they're over there laughing their ass off. And I'm sitting there. I'm black. but I felt like I was red, and I was so embarrassed. And she's like, "Come here right now." So I go talk to her, and she's like, what did you call her? What does that even mean?" And like she take me outside in the class, and she's like, "I know you're quiet. You haven't said anything for like 2 months. Why would you say this? And I know you didn't come up with this by yourself. You're acting like you don't even know what it means." And at that time in my life, I was like, every time I get in trouble, I just like nervous reaction would just be quiet and like shut up, not say shit, you know. And she was like, "You're not saying anything," and like she's like, "You were sitting by Quack and Stone, like, and like, was it them who told you to say that?" And I did snitch. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was like, yeah, it was. They told me to say it, and like she called us all out in the hallway, and like was talking to us for like 5-10 minutes. It was like, "Just wait out here. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with you guys." So eventually the class ended. Bell goes. We go throughout the day. Then later on in the day, I get called to the office, and I get to the office. I'm thinking like, oh man, like I never been called to the principal office. Like, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna get suspended? What's gonna happen? My mom's gonna whoop my ass, man, when I get home. So I get to the office, and the principal's sitting down, and there's Quack and Stone inside there too, and there's a seat for me, and he was like, "Sit down, Shaq." And he has these 2 pieces of paper in his hand, and he's like, "So I hear that you, Quack and Stone, called a girl Tiffany Sligger today in class." And like they kind of smirk, and like we're all kind of like laughing for a second, because he kind of like laughs, and he's like a bigger guy, big douchebag guy, older white guy, and he was like, "It's not funny," but I looked up what the word Sligger meant, and on the internet and the web, World Wide Web, you know, the internet, and I couldn't find out anywhere but on this site called Urban Dictionary. So I printed it out what the word the term Sligger means. "Do you know what the term Sligger means, Shaq?" And I'm like, no, I think it means like a slutty N-word, you know what I mean? And he's like, "No." "Stone, do you know?" And he's like, "No, I thought the same thing." Quack? And Quack thought the same thing as me. So he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna read it out." He's a Sligger, definition and term meaning a slutty Asian girl. Slutty Asian lady. It's the definition of a Sligger. That's what he told us. I haven't looked it up since, and we just like kind of laughed again. He yelled at us like, "I can't be having this. You guys will be suspended from school. I'm gonna have your parents called, and if you guys do this again, this is a warning, because it's not that big of a deal." I talked to Tiffany, and she wasn't really upset. She was just kind of confused at what you called her and didn't know what it really meant either. She didn't know what it meant. And so I just didn't want this to go on. So we're like, "I'm sorry." We all apologize. He like gives us our warning, and we all leave. And it's funny because I snitched on these guys, and even though I told them they were still my friends for a long, probably 20 years to come, like I'm still friends with both of them to this day. It just comes to show like, man, middle school was kind of crazy and wild. And Tiffany I remember I had to go apologize to Tiffany. I had to go apologize to my teacher. Yeah. It was funny. Good time in middle school. And like, yeah, let's just gonna end this off at that. So guys, don't go around calling girls or anyone names that you don't really know what they mean just because some people told you to say it and you want to have friends. It's not funny. It's not cool. You might hurt the person's feeling. You might get in trouble. You might get in a lot worse trouble than I got into. And you might even get expelled from school. Who knows? You might get beat up. Who knows if she's most karate or anything. She might choke you out in jiu-jitsu or something. Well, yeah, guys, that's it with this Storytime.
Why your little bitch let me hit that? Broken in two like a Kit Kat. I should be mad cause your bitch whack. I'm at y'all head like a snapback. Cause I'm a PME nigga. Root gang. Hey, cause I'm a PME nigga.